Hello, it's Classy here back with another Tribes video, and today we've had some big news. Payne Blade, basically the main source of Tribes content on YouTube, has quit the game, and you can check out his channel so you can see his farewell video where he kind of reflects on his experience with Tribes the past year, and also where he's going next. But basically, this is going to be a big blow to the game because a lot of players are playing in his footsteps. He kind of got them excited about the game. So the moment he decided to leave, a lot of players have decided to join in and leave as well. So we'll be discussing kind of the implications of this news and what that means for my channel and the Tribes community. So the first thing we want to go over is, why did Payne quit Tribes exactly? Yes, he did get shafted on Nagato for like 35 to 40k Shino coins, but I don't think he quit just because of missing out on one character banner. And yes, Nagato is a good character, but still, I don't think that justifies all of the time and effort he put into this game, content creation wise and also resource wise. But the main thing is that the developers are making bad choices for the game, and they're not listening to what the community has to say, because the community is suggesting a lot of good things that could be included to make the game better. And the community is kind of the backbone for this game right now. That's the reason why people are still playing. They're getting held by the community. So the Tribes devs, or it might not even be the devs, it could be the company, Bandai itself, not allowing the devs to use all of their creative freedom, as with some other games. But we're missing a lot of important features in gacha games, like the pity system. This game is really greedy about summons, and it's really painful for a lot of players, especially free-to-plays. You won't be able to get all the characters you want just because of the fact that rates are low, there's no pity, they mess up the UR pools, a lot of different factors. We've already talked about this before. And content-wise, there's a huge lack of content to do, especially if you're an endgame player like Payne was and other big whales, because if you don't pull the featured units recently, you'll be stuck trying to get frags for a unit you probably already 7-starred, like Conan in this specific banner. And there's just not much else to do. Like, you just log on daily, you click a few buttons to finish your tasks. Like, you just auto the tasks. You don't really have to interact with the game much besides clicking some buttons. And yeah, that's basically it. Like, ATB doesn't really come very often. The events are always the same ones, and they're rotating. The story missions don't really get added much, neither do the Tower of Eternity ones. Basically just a general lack of content in this game. So those are the two big ones. There's probably a lot of other things you can complain about, but I'm not making this a rant video. I'm just shedding some insight about Payne's quitting news. Now, for the implications, we've already discussed how a lot of players are leaving the game with him. People have already been very tired for a long time, especially with the recent trends where Bandai has been creating the single unit banners where they feature an old unit, and that messes up the pool for summoning. It reduces rates that you can get a new character. It also messes up the PvE content. But so a lot of players have already been on the edge of wanting to stay or wanting to leave. So this is just like a catalyst that kind of convinces them to take the leave. This might make an impact on what Bandai sees from their perspective, because if a lot of players do leave, then obviously their revenue and numbers will drop. So they might actually take some note, but I don't know what they're going to do about it, because we did sign that large petition in the community, and there are like a few thousand responses, but Bandai never really responded to that. They sent a response, but the response basically said, we're satisfied with how this game is doing, so we're not going to change it, pretty much. And yeah, basically for content creation, there are not really going to be any other major content creators because Payne was pretty much dedicated to tribes since his creation of the YouTube channel. And the other big tribes content creators are those who kind of focus on multiple gacha games and they're focusing less on tribes. So basically, there really is no big content creator. Now, what does this mean for my channel? I'm still going to stick with this game and probably focus on it for content creation, and I'll tell you guys why. But I've also been trying out My Hero Academia. There's a lot of content creators in that game already, and a lot of them have fan bases from other games, and they also have a lot of money and resources spent into My Hero, so they just have a lot of content they can actually do. It makes it really hard for someone like me who hasn't spent any money on the game to build up like good content and unique content. So I have already started with tribes. I already have a lot of things going with tribes in the community. So I think I'm just going to stick with this. I will tell you guys, if you guys are thinking of quitting, you might as well just do it now. I don't want to like try to keep anyone from leaving. I think that if you were thinking about leaving, you should spend your time elsewhere and do something more interesting. But if you are planning on staying, then welcome, and I hope I can still provide decent content for you guys and hopefully interesting things that you guys can watch. I'm still going to try to do unique content, try out live streaming with leaks and stuff like that, kind of taking on some of the responsibilities that Payne had, because I still think that people do care about this game, just not everyone does. There are still a few people who do. There isn't too much else to say. I do think Payne did a really good job for the community. He was there since the beginning of this game, and he really helped bring a lot of new players into the game and get people excited and draw recognition to the game. So he has already made a big impact, and him leaving has been a pretty big loss to the community. But I do think that the community has enough people to continue on. Even if a lot of players are leaving, I still respect that decision because this game definitely is lacking in a lot of ways, but you can still enjoy it if you know how to. So for example, you don't have to spend any more in this game. It's probably not going to be worth your time. You might as well try to stay as a free-to-play so you won't be disappointed when you get shafted and such. I've been getting shafted for like the past 6 weeks, so I really haven't been able to do any content because I already have all those characters that I get frags for. But it's okay because I don't want to spend too much time in this game anyways, so it's just less work for me, right? That's kind of the mindset you want to go into this game with. It's kind of just play a little bit, enjoy the Naruto characters and the universe. There aren't really other Naruto gacha games right now, so just enjoy it for that. The arts are good still, the animations are good, voice acting and sound effects are pretty decent, but you really don't have to think of this as a game anymore. It's just something you spend a little bit of your free time on. Just don't spend too much time on it, don't get too invested in it, and hopefully you'll enjoy the game more. So those are just some tips. Keep an eye out for more content coming soon. I'm going to try to increase my upload schedule and try to take on some of those old things that Payne did. So hope you guys enjoy and stick with the channel.